Hare Krishna. What is Vaikunth? It is also called as Vishnu Lok, and um, it is the abode of Vishnu. So the which is the supreme deity in the Vaishnava tradition of Hinduism, and his consort Lakshmi, the supreme goddess of all the devotees. So, according to the Shastras, Vaikunth is Param Padam or Nitya Vibhuti, an eternal heavenly realm, and is the divine imperishable world that is God's abode. In Vaishnav literature, Vaikunth is described as the highest realm above the 14 lokas and the place where devotees of Vishnu go upon achieving liberation. It is guarded by the twin deities and as the Dwarpalkas or the gatekeepers, who are the Jai Vijay. The army of Vishnu stationed at Vaikunth is led by Vishwaksen. The planets of Vaikunth are described in being full of as being full of golden palaces and hanging gardens that grow fragrant fruits and flowers. The planets of Vaikunth begins. There is a description about how much miles they spread about Satyalok. It doesn't mean that physical distance. In most of the extant Puranas and Vaishnava traditions, Vaikunth is located in the direction of Makar. This celestial, according to that celestial mapping, they are trying to describe it, but nonetheless, we cannot. We do not need such a description. One version of the cosmology, it states that the Vishnu's eye is present at the south pole from where he watches the cosmos. So that is how the it is described by an acharya in from the scriptures. Vishnu is the ruler of Vaikunth. In Vedas, there's no mention of Vaikunth. In Vedas, actually, they call the Lord's abode as Swarga. So Vaikunth, Swarga means Vaikunth. They are referring to Vaikunth, but they call it Swarga. So if you are reading Rig Veda, then you might get confused and you would think Swarga because as it is everywhere going that Swarga means heaven. So one would think that heaven is the ultimate destination, but that is not so. So Swarga, when it is mentioned Swarga in Rig Veda, it is to be understood that it is they are referring to Vaikunth. So in Rig Veda, Vishnu's feet is mentioned as a potential abode. Natad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayaha. We have this Rig Veda mantra 120 to 20. So the gods are always looking towards the supreme feet of Vishnu. That is the meaning of that. In Bhagavad Puran also, there is a mention of, there's a description of this Vaikunth planet. And in Brihad Bhagavatamrit, Sanatan Goswami has given a reference, and there is one verse, and I would like to specifically mention that. Kadapi tatropavaneshु लीलया तथा लसन्तं निचितेषु गोगणैः पश्यामि अमुनकरी अपि पूर्ववत् स्थितं निजासने स्व प्रभुवाच च सर्वथा. Sometimes the Lord would go to gardens in Vaikunth where he would enact pastimes similar to those of Raja, and I would see the gardens full of cows. Other times I would see him sitting majestically on his throne as before. At that time he would appear like my Lord Gopal in all respects. Sanatan Goswami is mentioning this verse 24112 in Brihad Bhagavatamrit about Vaikunth. He's saying that the Lord would he has a vision of the Lord who sometimes goes to the gardens in Vaikunth to enact those pastimes of Raja with his the Gopa Balakas, with his the Gop Sakhas, the cowherd friends. So that is the Vaikunth actually as described by the one of the Shad Goswamis, that is Sanatan Goswami. So then this is reinforced on our mind that what is a Vaikunth planet where the Lord is in a different form in his cowherd friends. And and then there is a lot of other descriptions by people according to their faith, but we have to understand that Vaikunth means unlimited, and it's the supreme abode of the Lord. So it starts from there. It is about Satyalok, and that it is transcendental. That's all we should be focusing on. There's not much need to study how the abode is, what all happens, what kind of devotees are there, what is their conduct there, and then what all to expect about when we read about what is the description of Vaikunth Planet. And so all devotees have mentioned it, and they have mentioned according to their vision that they got after getting the Lord's mercy. So if something has to be unique, then that cannot be possible. But Shad Goswami's literature is one that can be referred as a unique literature, and because that is the most close to what could be the reality. And because they are Bhakti Acharyas, the Shat Goswamis, so the Brihad Bhagavatamrit by Sanatan Goswami is a sure scripture in which you can read the description of Vaikunth. But if you read in the Vedas, if you find Vaikunth description in Vedas, you'll get confused because they have used the word for heaven, they also refer to as Swarga. For Vaikunth also they refer to as Swarga. So these two different things, same refer to the same with the same Sanskrit word Swarga. So that is why we must try to find out the truth and not believe in only the little that is available. And it is a responsibility to find the truth and not just settle with the piece of information that is there. And as far as reading the scriptures is there, you can read from there and again. So that is the only way to go ahead. And curiosity, more than curiosity, if you have faith, then it gets revealed. That is what we have been hearing. So that is the way to know, and not by reading. If you have curiosity and you have to inquire about it, surely you can read books. But the faith is the factor by which you will know it, and not other way. Just reading and reading books, that is okay, but ultimately the faith has to be there only. Otherwise, you cannot understand anything of the transcendental abodes of the Lord. Hare Krishna.